Okay. Jenna went BRB, but we fixed it. I cannot believe I forgot to do that. I don't know what's wrong with me. World is full. Of course it is. Seka hide ichibano hime sama soyu atsukai kokoro ete yone durure bam 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 bam. I'm trying to remember what the word for fool is in Japanese because I think I do know it. I'm sure also my model's having issues picking me up because my mic is like really close to my face right now. Where are we? We're somewhere. We're in the Waking Sands, I think. We're not in the Waking Sands, we're at the Waking Sands. No, we're at Dry Bone. I was wrong multiple times. While we go through the quest, I need to figure out dinner, so I'm also going to be on DoorDash. I don't remember how to play Lancer again. What do I want to eat? I don't know what I want to eat for dinner. Oh no, the Amalja. Oh, why is it like that? Why am I... Hello? I gotta fix my hotbar. There we go. Why was it set up like that? That was dumb. I will also say, I don't know if my microphone is popping. If it is, I don't know what to do. I have tried searching on how to fix that. I cannot fix that. Everything I've tried has not worked. I apologize if my microphone pops. I've listened to it in VODs. It sounds awful. I'm sorry. I can't fix it. I don't know what's wrong. Oh, we're talking to Isambard. That's right. It was good to see you returned. Were you able to secure the remains of our fallen? Forgot to double check that chat was actually being covered by Thancred. Let's see. It's kind of being covered by Thancred. I don't know why my screen's so big this time around. With the bodies given back proper to the earth, the souls will find their way across to the other side. You have done a noble deed this day. I thank you. Now then, what of the Amalja? Did you see any? Surely such massive monstrosities are as they cannot conceal their presence, much less take their quarry unawares. Ah, so there were Amalja remaining. After all, I feared as much. Their part in the lowborn disappearing is all but confirmed, but I sense there is more to this than meets the eye. The occasional Amalja raiding party would not account for people going missing in these kinds of numbers. The total is too great, and the questions too many. It would not surprise me in the least to learn of another hand in this. But whose? Countless travelers pass through Drybone every day, and even if it were one among them... Among? How would we best discover who may be implicit in these vanishing? Among us? I should also note for the VOD, I just realized I had to restart the stream and I wasn't recording because I realized that I forgot to turn on save VOD before I started streaming. So that's why this VOD is starting very abruptly. What poor people think. They think a lot of things. Let's say we turn an eye to the common folk themselves. It may be among them that we find reasonings for these vanishings. 12 forbid it be so. There's a merchant by the name of Ungust who was born here in Drybone and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people here better than anyone else. I'd wager he's at the inn, quaffing away at the day's earnings. Here, I'll write you a note for you to show him, else he's not like to speak to you. I hate this bitch. Ungust on it. Ungust. Runs into the wall. Belch. Well, gods be damned. You're that bloody adventurer who threatened me back in Olda. What in the seven hells do you want from me now? Dear friend, Belch, missing people, please help. Hiccup. Yours, Eisenbard. Folk around here are as wary as they come. They'll turn tail and run if you so much as pass winds nearby. Played them all for fools and coaxed some hard labor out of them, I did. If anything, you're even more timid than before. What with all the disappearance? They're even more timid. You can go talk to him yourself if you don't believe me.
Hello.
Hello. Please, miss, just leave me be. I'm just standing here, bro. I've nothing to say but this. Thal take who, or whatever's been feeding off us low folk. Someone just pulled out their fucking car. Mr. Age. Sweet Pea. Lady Airmed. What? What is happening in Drybone right now? What do you want from me? I don't know anything, I swear. Please don't kill me. I guess I did come over to him with a weapon. I believe this person's on a building, but you can only get to it by doing this, maybe? No, that's a different quest. Okay. They're in a building then. Oh, I'm speaking to Ungust. Maybe if I looked. Just as I told you, wasn't it? The whole lot of them are terrified. There's been talk of folk getting abducted, but if you ask me, they simply up and move to a better place. This place isn't exactly Costa del Sol, if you know what I'm saying. Hey Jenna, what should I get for dinner?
Well, we just had Panera.
I just had Panera. I had Panda the day before.
And you also kind of recently had Jack.
Yeah.
I still want to say get Jack in spirit for me. I miss Jack in the Box so bad.
Welcome back, Scarlet. Have you learned aught of import? I see. I suppose I should have expected as much from Ungust. Well, another thought occurred to me in your absence. The common folk are nothing if not fervent in their religious beliefs. Perhaps if they speak freely to their gods, then the clergy may know something of use. Okay, both of those suck for me. If we would know what the common folk speak to their gods, we know a better place to ask than the Church of Saint Adama Landama. It is a small and humble church found to the northwest of here. And so long as you are headed there, might I ask you to deliver this embalmed corpse? Okay. Hey, you're heading to the church, right? Can you bring this corpse back for me? A morbid request, I grant you, but it must be born to burial, and I trust none more than you to see it done. Seek out a man named Marquez. He tends the graves of the littered. He will tell you where the body is to be interred. His name is Marquez. You can't fight me on that. I got a notification on Instagram and I was like, someone's trying to fight me on that. Run. There we go. Marquez. I am Marquez, yes. A body, of course. There have been so many bodies of late. I apologize, miss. If you seek a place of burial, then there is an empty grave atop the bridge. Take the path and lay him to rest there.
This poor man gets traumatized no matter what.
Right? And then we just see the body. Why is... I still need to know why the corpse is naked. Actually, fuck it. I'm just gonna... take a little bit of fall damage. May they all walk in Thal's realm. What? Missing people? I'm afraid I cannot help you. But maybe Sister... how do you say that? I always go between Orsen and Arkin. I feel like Orsen's right. But maybe Sister Orsen can. She has been kind to me. Everyone has been so kind. I don't know why, though. Pardon me, you will find Sister Orsen within the church walls. Why is he, like, info dumping on me? Oh, she's right here. I hear you have done the service of burying a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude and extend it to Isambard when you see him. You seek knowledge of missing drybone inhabitants. It is true I am closer to the people than any other of the order. I confide in them and they in me. When they wish to speak to their keeper Thal, I am the medium through which they do. Should I learn anything pertinent, I will be sure to share the information with you. I only wish Marquez... saying Marquez is getting me, even though I know for a fact I'm saying it wrong. Would be more helpful in the matter. I pray he did nothing to offend. He saw terrible things during the calamity. His scars run deep. Indeed, he seems to now prefer the company of the dead over the living. While tragic, I fear such behavior ill befits the church. I received word not long ago that one of our recent visitors, a man named Thancred, I believe, took offense at his conduct. I must have words with him and soon. What did he say to Thancred that got him upset? How do you upset Thancred?
Bapa, beeple, bapa. Beeple, bapa. Those photos vintage? Wow.
I just saw a restaurant on DoorDash. I don't want to say it in case it, like, doxes me. But it had the craziest name.
DoorDash really be like, though.
Bro, I'm so picky for dinner.
What are you, like, in the mood for?
I don't know is the problem.
Like, do you want Taco Bell, maybe?
No, I haven't wanted Taco Bell since they got rid of nacho fries. I think I want, like, real Mexican food, but I'm just being picky on what.
Get the Jack in the Box mini tacos.
I don't know what's worse, suggesting Taco Bell or the Jack in the Box mini tacos. I wonder if that Mexican place in the mall, I can still get Uber Eats from it. It's kind of, no, I probably can't. Because the mall's closing soon. Yeah, it's not accepting orders right now.
Mm.
There's like 2 Mexican places here that I've tried, despite there being like 10 Mexican places. Let me go to the... Let's do this cutscene and then maybe I'll think by then. Thank you, Scarlet. A burial is no easy thing, even when the departed is a stranger. Were you able to learn aught of the missing common folk? You've been keeping rather busy of late, haven't you, Scarlet? Why is he stuttering? Why does he do that? Every time I do this cutscene, he walks like that. Something's wrong with him. A pleasure, my dear Isambard. The name is Thancred, and I share a passion with you and our mutual friend here for learning what has become of these missing persons and why. This is Thancred. I, too, spoke with Ungust, more times than I care to count. There seems to be some truth...
Among Ungust?
There seems to be some truth to this notion of common folk speaking their secrets only to those in service to the gods. Prostration, prayer, penance? Abject deeds done behind closed doors, away from prying eyes. Who better to take the pious unawares than she who takes confession, the good sister Orsen herself? Orsen? She wouldn't. She would never. Even the most beautiful roses have thorns, my friend. And you would be wise to keep an eye on this rose. Thancred, she's a woman of the church.
Could you imagine if Thancred and Dorothea met, though? Like, not to call you out, but...
Dorothea would kick his ass.
She would.
Dorothea
but I think it'd be
would have
hilarious.
Nothing to do with Thancred.
He'd be worse than Ferdinand to her.
Yeah. Still, the Lich Keeper Marquez, I'd swear to the 12 I've seen that face elsewhere before. Do you think Marquez is important?
He's just some church guy.
Sister Orsen, it cannot be, though she is wont to travel to the Golden Bazaar on her own. And it is not uncommon to see her speaking to the children. But no, it could not be she, could it? I grow weary of these suspicions. I know there is one child in particular that she is fond of. Pray seek out the boy, Scarlet, and see if you cannot glean something from him about Orsen's activities. Gotta go find a child. Oh, it's this fucking thing. Okay. Nope, going the wrong way. I love wasting my sprint like that. It's my favorite thing. Running into things. That's also my favorite thing. They've really got to give you mounts at an earlier stage. Like, this is... My sprint's good again. You come up here once for the plot and never again. There's a fate going on. I'm 10 levels above it. I don't need to worry about it. Please help. Sister Orsen went out all on her own and hasn't come back. She always reads to me right here about Thal and the Order and the other side. I told her I lost my shiny thing and she went looking for it, but what if the monsters outside heard her? Please find her. Why am I still staring at this kid?
Sorry, sorry to spoil that I got on Final Fantasy 2, but I just tried to use Toontown controls. Like, I want to check, like, my stats and character stuff, and I pressed the button that you use on Toontown for that, and it was like, oh, you're attacking? And I'm like, no.
My mom came in to steal some slippers. I had some slides that I didn't wear because they were ugly. You are the one from the church. Thank goodness you arrived when you did. It seems my gratitude is yours yet again. You spoke with the child? Yes, well, I was able to find his lost trinket. It is the ring given to him by his mother before she passed. I will see it safely back to him. I'm gonna run towards Drybone instead of just teleporting, so that way I can use that as an excuse to look for food. I got my tooth removed the other day. So it was either pay a bunch to get a root canal or pay a little bit and get it removed. So you know, pick the cheaper option. And I don't remember if they said I couldn't eat crunchy things only for that day or for the next 72 hours. So I'm like, I can't get anything crunchy.
I feel like it's safer to... Yeah, I feel like it's just safer not to, because, like, your gums are still healing.
Yeah.
Like, you can avoid that side of your mouth, but it's kind of hard.
Yeah. And I'm used to chewing on the other side anyways because I was having tooth pain on the side that got removed. Sister Orsen was attacked outside the Golden Bazaar. Gods forfend. I will secure a room at the inn for her should she require any rest. Searching for the mementos of orphans and risking her own well-being in the doing, no less. Certainly not the dastardly deeds Thancred would have us believe. Maybe Thancred's the fucking one, huh?
Maybe Thancred's a liar.
He is a misogynist after all.
It's so true.
I am well glad I reserved that inn room for Sister Orsen. It seems she received greater injuries from her attackers than she initially let on. Thankfully, she is expected to make a full recovery. But now on to the matter at hand. Thancred came looking for you once more. He left word that he will be waiting at the Amalja encampment to the southeast. I pray the two of you are able to uncover some evidence regarding these disappearances. Oh, he's over there, bitch. I'm gonna attack him. The problem with fucking eating so much, like, fast food, like junk food, is you just get tired of it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to keep eating it.
Sometimes you just want to eat, like, a home-cooked thing, like something hearty, but it's like, it's so much effort.
Yeah. I was gonna make pasta yesterday, And then I forgot.
Mhm.
And then I was gonna make pasta today, but then I was like, shit, I need a stream, but it's also my night to do the dishes, so I should do the dishes. And so that took the time that I was gonna save to make pasta. I've been saying I'm gonna make pasta for like 3 weeks, and I haven't. Ah, there you are, Scarlet. So good of you to come. Indeed, come. Sorry. Indeed, I've heard all about our good sister Arsene. Isambard said her wounds were serious. It would seem my suspicion about the poor Rose were misplaced. But false though they were, perhaps my suspicions were not entirely without merit. Whilst following Sister Arsene near the Golden Bazaar, a band of Amalaja caught my eye. I tracked them as far as this encampment, but, well, let us say that I would much prefer to keep my distance and remain here. This, of course, brings me to why I requested you, dear Scarlet. Would you be so kind as to take a look inside? Pussy. Sending a girl to do this job?
Oh my god.
He really is misogynistic. I'm not saying this word. Weird leaflet. Fuck off. Anyways, weird leaflet. I don't know if you can get in trouble for saying that word on Twitch, so I'm not saying it.
Oh, someone's barking.
Woof.
Ow. We got owls a big bone today at the store.
Oh hell yeah.
Cause it's like a Big Lots basically, where it's like they liquidate stuff for people, or they just like buy up like extra stock, and they had like a dog section. They had something called like a dinosaur bone, and it's like, oh my god, so it's almost as long as her.
Well,
She went nuts.
Well, did anything tickle your fancy? This leaflet. See the wealth of knowledge to the hands of your children. It looks to be some sort of assembly to provide the poor with work. The lettering, though, atrocious, is it not? And these bits from about Nalthal seem somewhat less than studied. I find it hard to believe one among the order penned this. Pray take this to the inn at Camp Drybone. Let us see what our sister Orsen makes of it. We're going back to Drybone. What if I get Red Robin?
Yum.
What if I just get something simple from Red Robin? Me, I don't want anything crunchy. Me, something simple needs chicken tenders. Red Robin's kind of expensive, though. Hello.
Hi.
You scared me.
Good.
Puppy!
Your puppy.
My puppy.
Alright, I'm outie.
Bye. Puppy. Oh my goodness, look at him.
It's so chunky.
He laid down like Dozer does.
Oh, it's his Dozer.
His Dozer. Oh, am I going up to the church? Where am I going in here?
I'm a church girl who go to church.
And read her Bible. Not this building. Where am I going? Where am I? Okay, she is in a building, but which one? Ah, this one. My savior comes again. To what do I owe the honor this day? Check this shit out. What is this? Blasphemous. These are not our teachings at all. This was not made by any true brother or sister of the order. Of that I can assure you. Come to think of it, weeks ago the church was plagued by missing garments. Could someone be posing as a priest of the order to deceive the people? The plot thickens, Scarlet. Teddy thickens, too. I haven't played that game. Our culprit pretends to be a priest to lend credence to his deception. There is no doubt of an irony in there somewhere, but I suspect we have a worthy adversary on our hands. I shall consider how best to handle this. For now, tell Isambard what we have learned here. How do I get out of here? Let me out. Let me out. Posing as a priest, to think. These troubling notions aside, it is gratifying to finally be able to move this investigation forward. Thank you once again, Scarlet. I shall keep my ears and eyes open, now more than ever. Do I just have a bunch of dungeon shit on? Yeah, basically. What if I get Wendy's?
I mean, that's a good choice.
I think I'll get Wendy's. I'm sorry, free Baconator on $20 or more? What kind of deal? I don't even want a Baconator. They have cheese on it. Oh, can I get my regular chicken sandwich though? I don't think I can because it's crunchy. Tuffy! Tuffy!
Tuffy!
Come here. Come here. Can you hear him? I'm afraid I've not seen any unusual activity, nor have any at this camp given me cause to doubt them. But unless we can identify the culprit, and soon the more innocents will fall victim. Do not despair just yet, my friend. An idea occurs to me. Our suspect has been posing as a priest, using leaflets bearing false promises to lure the poor. Let Scarlet and me serve like with like by posing as impoverished souls in need of succor. Suck?
Suck? You need a suck?
I dare to hope that this will yield us the answers we seek. It will be a dangerous undertaking, but you two are more than capable of looking after yourselves. What, Tuffy? What? What? What's your problem?
What is your damage, Tuffy?
I'm next to useless in battle, but I can supply the garments for their disguise. These old tunics and slops should serve your needs so long as you don't mind the smell and the stains. These will serve very well. You have my thanks. Listen, Scarlet. So as to lay the foundation for our little ploy, we must make it widely known that more vagrants have arrived at camp and are desperate for coin. To this end, I want you to don the old garments Isambard has lent us, and beg for work around the camp. Before long, the false priest should catch wind and approach us. Yes, Tuffy? Yes, what? What? What do you want? What do you want? What? Oh, he's hugging me. I knew he wanted a hug. He was making that kind of look.
Tuffy be like, free hugs.
Tuffy, you act like you weren't in the car with Mom all day today. He went on so many car rides today. Gave me a little lick. Okay, I gotta put on the poor clothes. I'm poor now. Oh, this is
How much skill do you have?
417,000. Tuffy, what should I get from Wendy's? What should I get? Because I can't get my chicken sandwich. Also, they told me not to eat spicy foods. I think that was for a day, but still.
Still.
Oh, I forgot to read that, sorry. What is it? Gods, not again. Look, being poor doesn't give you the right to pester whomsoever you like. Why don't you keep with your own kind out by that muddy pond of yours at Drybone? First off, we're at Drybone. I haven't actually read these NPC interactions since I first played this like 2 years ago, so I'm like, rude. It's Ermagard.
Ermagard.
Greetings, good madam. Is there aught I might assist you with? Oh, I don't believe there is. I'm afraid our wares are very expensive. Mayhap you should rejoin your fellows out at the pond north of Sandgate. I preach the teachings of how do you say that? Azema?
I always said it as Azema.
Azema, the warden. Hast thou come to partake the honey of her wisdom? Azema is keeper of the sun and goddess of inquiry. All is laid bare beneath the light of her divine countenance. Open thy heart to this light, needy child, and thou shalt want for naught till the end of days. Tuffy is just standing on my lap. And you are? Another refugee by the looks of you. The immortal flames have neither work nor coin for your like. Begone and see to it you don't make a nuisance of yourself. Bro, I hate the rich. Oh, he's up here. And I was just about to get to the good part. Looking for work, you say? Sorry, but we don't have any openings. Now get out of here so I can finish my story. Wendy sounded so good, but me realizing I can't have a chicken sandwich has ruined it. You have quite a knack for being a nuisance, Scarlet. The camp is abuzz with the talk of newly arrived vagrants. And though we were unable to attract our wayward transgressor, we were able to learn that the poor have a commune by the pond north of Sandgate. To the east of here, the eyes of the authorities do not reach that place, rather ideal for spiriting away hapless souls. Let us go there and wait for the kindly priest to come and offer us aid and comfort. Needless to say, you'll need to remain in disguise. It's making me look poor for longer. My problem right now is I want fries, I think. But I only ever eat chicken at restaurants. I only like chicken.
Doesn't Wendy's have like sandwiches, or am I thinking about Arby's?
You might be thinking about Arby's. And I don't like Arby's.
Okay, move though.
Had Arby's the other night and it was okay.
I only got the chicken tenders from Arby's.
I got some like Swiss bacon burger or something.
This sounds good in theory.
Yeah, it was alright. How the fuck do I get over there?
It had like a. We got an ad for like their breakfast sandwich thing, and I was like, oh, that sounds good, but of course it's like a breakfast item, so I'm like, oh.
Poor man Thancred. A fine morning for catching false priests, wouldn't you say? You look absolutely smashing, Scarlet. Positively dressed for deception. All that's left, then, is to wait for our quarry to appear. Oh, you poor, unfortunate souls. There is no way... This is no way for men to live. No way at all. Who are you, and what do you want? Be at ease, child, for I mean you no harm. I am a priest of the Order of Nalthal, and I come to offer you succor. I don't want your suck. This leaflet bears the teachings of Nald. Trust to them, and they will surely set you free from the shackles of penury? A tempting offer, but I'm afraid I must decline. Tuffy's wanting attention again. What? 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 Can you hear him?
I don't think so. I don't think he's close enough.
Damn. Tuffy? Tuffy? On account of that atrocious performance, you would have made a god's awful mummer, Ungust. What? How did you know? You bastards tricked me. Please don't hurt me. I was only doing it to protect my people. Is that so? Do continue. Very well. I'm a man of the Golden Bazaar, raised there, if not born. Some moons ago, the Amalja raids began. They would appear sudden as a sandstorm and plunder and pillage at will. Our defenders couldn't stand against them, few as they were. Everyone lived in fear. I wanted to save my people, but being a merchant was all I knew, and so I did the only thing a merchant could. I approached the Amalja in hopes of brokering a deal. In return for sparing the Golden Bazaar, they made demands, outrageous ones. Demands? Of what kind, pray tell? First of all, they wanted the schedule for crystal shipments from the Nanawa mines. For this, I bribed one of the workers to leak me the information. Next, they wanted me to bring them people, so I posed as a priest to lure in the vulnerable and give them over to the Amalja. I didn't have a choice. Protecting one's home is a noble thing, but at the cost of innocence, you could have sought the aid of the immortal flames, yet you did not. I suspect you are not telling me the full story. What made you sell out your own people? Speak. Was good. What did you say? The coin was good, I said. I could sell mole meat for a score of lifetimes and not see even a fraction of what the Amalja pay me. You sacrificed innocence so that you could line your own pockets? I know, Tuffy. Words fail to express the contempt I feel for you. Spare me your contempt. If you want to blame someone for the mess the world's in, then blame yourselves or the gods. Ah! Not you again. Were you the one leaking the immortal flames as patrol routes to the enemy as well? Spit it out. No, I know nothing about that. I swear it. At this stage, I'm rather disinclined to believe aught that leaves your mouth. But no matter, there'll be time enough to learn the truth. Sob. Scarlet, be a dear and take word of these developments to Menphilia, would you? I shall prize everything I can out of this filth. The abductees are still somewhere out there. Our foremost priority is to rescue them. Back to the Waking Sands. I'm in the Waking Sands again! Baconator fries. That sounds kind of good. Probably not like a big serving though. Tuffy, you're blocking my WASD. Oh, I guess I can stop being poor, huh? Tuffy, you're making my life so much harder right now. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Welcome back, Scarlet. I am pleased that you and Thancred have been getting along. I see you have done well to uncover the truth. My thanks for the report. As Thancred said, we must ascertain where the abducted were taken, and none but the Amalja know the answer. Suffice it to say, they will not willingly part with this information. I fear blood will be spilled before all is said and done. Ah, this quest. Though we seek a peaceful solution to the primal problem, we must needs be ready to fight for our cause, that you might take to the field suitably prepared. I would have you meet with a goblin acquaintance of mine. His name is Mutamix Bubblypots, and he is a scholar of no small repute. Mutamix is renowned for having introduced a revolutionary method of enhancing equipment to Eorzea. The knowledge of this method was once a closely guarded secret, but thanks to Mutamix and his students, it has now been disseminated to the great benefit of all the realm. It would serve you well to acquire an understanding of the process. For this purpose I shall lend you a blade. Take it to Mutamix and bid him use it to demonstrate his craft for you. Mutamix is ever to be found at his camp in central Thanalan, a place known as the Bonfire. Look for a pillar of smoke and the way will become clear. I fucking hate this quest. This quest should have been axed. I genuinely think it should have. It should have been made into like a side quest that you pick up from Scions or something. What? What is your problem right now, Tuffy? He's like jumping for hugs. At least he's not sitting on my bed crying, because he will do that. You're lucky I didn't use my sprint yet, Tuffy. You want on the bed? You want on the bed? He's like wagging his little tail. Do you want on the bed? No, you want to sit with me? Okay. He's weird. He's a weirdo. He's a creep. I just want to point out I've also been looking for food this entire time. This is like literally normal with me when it comes to ordering food. I will literally sit here for like an hour trying to figure out what I want. Whose uplander come to tentering of Mutamix Bubblypots? Why has Wendy's got so many hamburgers? Hello? Fighty Tool drinks in airy self. When full of airy self, Flighty Tool changes to Stony Shine, name of Materia. If Materia join with other Fighty Tool, then Big Eyes Fighty Tool gains power of airy self. Pshko Mutamix is reckoning that Uplander is friend of Minfilia. Oh, I got fucking mittens on. Hello? Yes, tongue flaps reach ears of Mudamix with fastness. Minfilia wants Uplander to see power of materia. Uplander brings fighty tool to Mudamix, yes? Shko, fighty tool is unstrong as eating tool. Make good teachy show of power of materia. What? Tuffy, this guy sounds like you. You would sound like this. This is how you would talk. The materia master. What?
Oh, I heard that.
What? Now eyes of Uplander point at fighty tool, yes? Go. Materia joined with fighty tool. What are you doing, Tuffy?
He's melting your materia.
Fighty tool gains power of materia. Fighty tool reborn. Here, Uplander, take fighty tool to Minfilia. Materia, strictly speaking, is a kind of crystal. It is created by drawing out the etheric constituents from a piece of equipment and then crystallizing them. Not just any old equipment will serve, mind you. It must have sufficient spirit bond, that being a measure of how fully an item has been imbued with its owner's spirit. And I have mucus stuck in my throat. The feeling of mucus stuck in my throat got worse after my tooth got removed. I'm not gonna lie. When ye attach a piece of a materia to gear, ye imbue the host item with its power. That's how Master Mudamix turned that dagger of yours from summit as would have struggled to cut steak into a weapon worth wielding. Shko. Uplander wishes to be joiner of materia, then Uplander best fill brain case with knowings of crafty making. With knowings of crafty making, Uplander can become joiner of materia. If Uplander wants a brain case to rattle with knowings of materia, Uplander best trade tongue flaps with the learning ones of Mudamix. Okay, Tuffy, do you want off my lap? Do you want off my lap? Go on. Go on, shoo. Go on. What? What do you want? Okay. I went to pick him up to put him on my bed and then he sat down. I don't know what his deal is. We're going back to Minfilia. Maybe I'll text my mom and ask her how long the crunchy thing was. What? What? What do you want? What do you want? What? 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 Did you hear me talking about Mom, and is that why you're getting all upset? Welcome back, Scarlet. I trust your visit to the bonfire proved fruitful. Ah, what a remarkable difference a single piece of materia can make. Granted, the skills needed to manipulate the substance are not easily acquired, but one need only look upon the results to realize such efforts are worthwhile. I beg to differ. I have so much materia. As I am sure you are aware, the quality of one's equipment can be the difference between victory and defeat. Materia may well give you the edge you need, Scarlet, so make it your ally. Now it is time we discuss the matter of your next mission. Pray speak with me when you are ready to begin. Word has arrived from Thancred concerning our ongoing investigation. It appears he was able to extract some information from our friend Ungus, the false priest. He revealed that he is due to meet with the Amalja to discuss their dealings. The Immortal Flames believe that the meeting will present an ideal opportunity to ambush and capture the Amalja responsible for the abductions, and so they mean to have Ungus attend as planned. As the Amalja are anticipated to offer fierce resistance, the Immortal Flames have requested our support. I would have you provide it to them, Scarlet. Thancred is presently attending to another matter, but will join you as soon as he is able. Until such time as he does, you will be the Scion's sole representative on the ground. Before he left, bade me tell you to save some for him. Such is his confidence in you, confidence I share. When you have made ready, pray take yourself to Camp Drybone and report to the Flame Sergeant leading the mission. May you walk in the light of the crystal. What, Tuffy? What? He's like pawing at my hand. What? What? You're weird. You're a weirdo. Ah, you're Scarlet Evans of the Scions. My thanks for coming, friend. We're stronger for your assistance. Allow me to brief you on our mission. Our objective is to capture Amalja and prize from them the whereabouts of the abductees. The lizard men aren't aware that their man, Ungust, has been exposed. When they come to the rendezvous point to meet the traitor, we'll spring the trap. Owing to the clandestine nature of the mission, we can deploy only a small contingent. Every member must count, and so we requested the aid of the Scions. The rendezvous will take place at the Invisible City. Please make your way there and lie in wait. We stand to learn much and more of the Amalja plot if the mission succeeds, Scarlet, so let's make sure that it does. Okay, Tuffy. He's on the bed now. Before I do that... Okay, no, I can go do that. My mom won't reply to my text. Please, Mom, I need to know. What food can I have? I'm taking so long that Jack in the Box became appetizing to me. And I'm so hungry. Going the wrong way. Oh, wait. Is the bait in place? Our man is in position, sir. Good, we make our move as soon as the Amalja appear. Yes, sir. Ah! What is the meaning of this? Wait, something's amiss. Taffy! Taffy! Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here, big baby. Come here. He doesn't even want to get on my lap anymore. He's a nightmare. He he he. Ah ha 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 ha. I'm afraid your little ambush ends here. I eluded the immortal flames' clutches for moons before finally being caught. Did you not wonder how I managed it? 'Twas almost as if someone was feeding him information from the inside. Gahahaha. Aye, your every movement was known to me ahead of time. He he he. Now, as much as I'd love to chat a while, I have appointments to keep. They're all yours. What if I just started, like, pulling the... You're sending a girl to do this?
But sexism isn't real, obviously.
Oh, I don't have that. I only have the first two. Okay. I wish I was long range just so I didn't have to walk all the way over here. Oh, there's more of them. Why does he giggle like that? He should be like a heck kind of character, not a PP. Trying to remember what my actions do. Put up your weapon or your comrade's a dead man. Behind you. Oh my god, you do this to a girl? Kind of fucked up. Bring her. The rest of you, march. Bring her. I hardly even know her. Traitorous scum. Tuffy. Stop being a baby. Hold on, I'm ordering my food finally. I decided to get bacon and Swiss buttery jack.
Can you order me one? That sounds really good.
Yeah. I feel
Thanks.
so bad about my little message, but I'm like, because I used caps and exclamation marks, but I got tired of people knocking. Because, like, if you knock, it sets all 3 of the dogs off. Now there's a 4th dog in the house. You knock and you get all 4 dogs barking. So I tell them, don't knock. I'm literally watching out the window. I go upstairs when the food is close. Do not knock. And they still kept doing it, so I was like, I gotta yell at them. I feel bad, but I have to yell at them if they're not gonna read. I fear the Amalja mean to give us their god as an offering. If I must die, then let me die a soldier's death, with steel in hand. Bowl of Embers now accessible. I'm not gonna queue up to do this quite yet because I want to wait for my food. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go do our quest, actually. I'm gonna use my return. Tuffy! Tuffy! Get a life! Get a hobby! Come here! Come here, Tuffy! He needs a hobby. What are you smelling, huh? What? Whoa, there are so many people over here. That is a lot of people over here. I guess it's a normal time, huh?
Hmm. Tuffy.
It is good to see you again, Scarlet, and stronger than when last we spoke. Plainly, you have devoted many hours to training, which is just as well, for I have a mind to set you on your next task. At the Bramble Patch, you came to grasp the true meaning of courage. I would have you put that courage to the proof before 3 masters of our art. In many years since they began their training within these walls, these men have led very different lives. Yet they share the distinction of being regarded amongst the finest lancers of their time. And just as they once looked to their seniors for inspiration, so too shall you look to them. By availing yourself to their wisdom, you will take another step toward becoming a fully fledged lancer. Your first instructor is a man named I don't know how to begin to say that. Methomi? Seek him out at... I'm sorry. Seek him out at that fucking name, Spire in the East Shroud, where he serves as a frontier sentry. The long years at his post have honed his perception. No detail escapes the man's piercing gaze. Present yourself before him for inspection, Scarlet, and do as he bids you. I'm sorry, I had to hit sprint. I'm sorry, Toffee. I had to hit sprint. He's in here because my stepsister's dog could hurt him potentially. And they don't want to keep the dog just locked up in the room, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, Tuffy has to stay in here Or go in the kennel while they do that, just so that way he doesn't get hurt. Oh, this spire. I've been here like once. You must be the young lancer I was told to expect. Greetings and well met. I am Mathomi, commander of the brave men and women of this spire. Now let's have a good look at you. I'm sorry. Can I help you, Tuffy? I see. You possess strength and skill in abundance. Of this there is no doubt, but you still want for experience. Oh, I don't doubt you've seen much and more. Mayhap you believe there is not left out there to unnerve you, yet the world is wide and only the gods can claim to know all. You may be assured that the legendary lancers of old falter at times. No lancer nor any man can foresee all possibilities, but he can steel himself for the unexpected. I would have you do just that. Take this bottle of fresh spoken blood, okay? Where'd you get this from? And sprinkle it at the foot of the great tree to the north. Doing so will lure out the creatures of the night which you are to vanquish. Can I jump from here and not die? Yeah. What? 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 Oh, right here. Blood bat. Chill. Tuffy. These bats just keep appearing. I am so hungry.
Order your food.
I did. I'm waiting on it. Welcome back, lass, and well done. I bore witness to your battle with mine own eyes. The blood bat bewilders its prey with its ceaseless flittering, which makes putting a spear in the beast an exercise in frustration. Frustration that may easily have given rise to panic, yet to your credit you fought on resolutely and thus emerged the victor. Yuane has taught you well, young one. You have a way to go, to be sure, but beneath those rough-hewn edges I see the makings of a great lancer. With my blessing, make your way to Buscaron's druthers in South Shroud. It is there that your next instructor, Buscaron himself, awaits. Oh, he? The man had a unique approach to our art, though it is fair while since he hung up his spear, his words are well and worth hearing. Indeed, lancers visit him as much for his counsel as they do his mead, good though it is. By meeting Buscaron and availing yourself of his knowledge, your lance work will surely improve. I didn't know he was a lancer. Tuffy, chill the fuck out. That's what you sound like. He keeps jumping at me for hugs. Every time I make fun of him crying, he jumps at me for a hug. You're okay! I can let him up. I can let him up. Mom has given the okay to let him out. Come on, Tuffy. Come on, Tuffy. He doesn't pay attention. Tried to show you something. See him swimming? When Tuffy wants to, like, if he's being held, if he wants to go over to someone else, he will just, like, start swimming in the air towards them. So we call it swimming. Because he's just, like, he looks like he's in the water trying to reach you. I don't know why he does it. Average Hythlodaeus. A little bun. These names mean nothing to you people right now, but they will eventually. I cut through here. Well, if it isn't Yoane's protege, I thought it was about time you arrived. I'm Buscaron, and this here's my place, in case you're wondering why old Yoane sent ya. I should mention I've not always been in the food and drink business. Before I opened the Druthers, I manned an outpost not far from here. Any road between keeping throats wet and bellies full. I don't like keeping throats wet.
Oh, you know, keeping them wet.
I ain't got a great deal of time to chat just now, so if you don't mind, I'll get on with educating you. Now, take this nice bottle of full flower mead. Wait, don't open it. This ain't that kind of lesson. What? No, I want you to make an offering of it at Mistal's Lance, which is a monument tucked away in a rocky cleft to the south of here. See the bottle safely there and complete with its contents, and when you come back, I'll tell you a story. Got all that? Good. Okay. Later on in the story, we come back here, so I wonder what he says, like, in this quest if he already knows you. Nope. Not there yet.
Also, I don't know what's up with me, but I'm still not feeling too hot, so I'm gonna hop up for a late night. Good night.
Good night.
Have fun with the Around Reborn.
I'll try my best.
Don't forget that you gotta hammer the crystals and then put them in the jar.
We're not there yet, but
I forgot to do that the other night. Good times. Well, good night.
Good night. We're not there yet. That's gonna take us a bit. At this rate. Cheeky churro. Oh, I got the mucus out. You. Sorry for that TMI, but that has been bothering me like all day. So you offered up the mead as I told you, and without drinking a drop, very well, you shall have a tale of me, as promised. Mistal is a man who founded the Lancers Guild, and the monument I sent you to was erected in his honor. Erected? Mistal was courage made flesh. Cut him, and I dare say he'd have bled this stuff. It was him who first identified the two aspects of a Lancer's courage, as well as how to go about tempering them. And that weren't all he did, seeing how the art had gone stale, what with our lancers keeping to the confines of the Twelves Woods. He sought to bring in new techniques and methods from faraway lands. But Gridania was a different place in his day. The outside world was a thing to be shunned back then, and non-Forsborn were considered faithless savages. Aye, it was even worse than now. Of course, old Mistal wasn't afraid to call that way of thinking what it was, a lot of ignorance and cowardice. To cut a long story short, despite a force full of good old Gridanian stubbornness, he finally convinced the nation to open its doors to foreign lancers, and by blending their techniques with his own, he gave the world the art which you now practice. To this day, the Lancers Guild accepts students regardless of their origin. That wouldn't have been possible if it hadn't been for Mistal. I need to go wait for my food. I was hoping he would shut the fuck up before I went, but I'll be right back. Baba Booey. I can't use straws for the next few days, so I have to drink my soda by taking the lid off, and it dripped on me. Got soda all over my hand. Because if I drink through a straw, I can rupture the blood clot or whatever that's keeping my gums from just, like, bleeding to death. There. Us Lancers owe him much more and it's our charge to carry on his legacy. Never forget that. What's that? When's the trial? Wahahaha. Much as I hate to disappoint, there isn't one. Your courage was never in doubt, lass. My part of your training's done. 'Tis time you visited your third and final instructor, a fellow named Beauclair. You'll find him whiling away his time at the bobbing cork like as not. Oh, that's the name of an inn in Falgard Float, in case you don't know. Up in the North Shroud it is. Beauclair's an old rival of mine. Me and him used to go at it till neither man could lift his spear tip off the ground. Oh, gay people? I warn you, he was a right stubborn bugger back then, and the years ain't done much to improve his humor, so good luck with impressing him. So we're gonna do return, and that's how we'll get to Falgard. This is definitely getting me, like, it's getting me, Aetherites. Alright. I asked for a honey mustard for my fries and I didn't get any. I suppose I'll live. We'll eat the fries while we run. Ooh, hunting log. Need to move my soda out of the way. Death. Death. Get back over here. Didn't mean to attack that one. That worked. Ooh, a hunting log. Oh, a lot of them. And they're not connected to any others. Oh, this one is. What is that mount? Oh, I'm not high enough level to avoid these guys. That's okay. Smells like tree spirit. I like that. That's the name of the fate that was happening just there. Oh. Oh, I have to go all the way down. Wood whalers, help me. Gogolata. Who are we talking to? Do we have to go up? I've never been in here. I take it you are the young lancer of whom Ewain spoke, and an adventurer besides, by the look of you. I was an adventurer myself once. That was before I became a lance for hire. But enough idle talk. You have come to learn from me, and learn from me you shall. Be warned, though, that you will not find me as lenient an instructor as the others. Now pay attention. I just spilled soda on me. Thus far, you have learned to muster your courage in situations of fear, panic, and uncertainty. With me, you will learn to do so in the face of change. The enemy is a living thing, and living things are apt to change. Whatever the nature of that change, the lancer must be able to think and adapt, and to think and adapt during battle requires courage. To teach you the meaning of my words, I would have you challenge a fiery fiend known as the Red Balloon. However, the creature will appear only where there is a raging flame. You may kindle such a flame by procuring 6 fingers from slain balloons and depositing them at a gutted campfire. This should suffice to entice the Red Balloon. As the battle wears on, the creature's fury shall burn with ever greater fervor until it's ripe to burst in a conflagration of death. Let courage lend strength to your lance and extinguish this fiery foe. Aight. Oh shit, motherfucker. Trying to fight while you're eating is hard. Hold on. I thought that fry looked green, and I was like, no it doesn't. I'm seeing things, and I put it in my mouth, and it did not taste good. Oh my god, there's a lot that I need to get. God damn it, I hate this thing. Leave me alone. I'm gonna backtrack and see if any of the ones further back have respawned. Okay, cool. Oh, where am I going? Simply was not paying attention. That was easy. He made it out like it was gonna be hard. Please, I just went to go on my fucking mount. I don't have mounts yet. I almost do. Your mama. Your mama, my beach. Okay. Hold on. Should swallow my food before I start speaking. So you have vanquished the red balloon, no less than what I expect of one of Yawain's. Your enemy altered its nature throughout the encounter. No, he didn't. Thereby causing the terms of battle to shift repeatedly, yet ever did you press onward, your courage holding firm in the midst of constant change. So it was you that emerged triumphant. I am not known for being liberal with my praise. He's not known for being liberal. Liberal. That hiccup did not like that joke. But you have done well. Yours is a genuine courage. Mind you, this does not give you license to forsake your training. You are still but a fledgling among us, after all. Among us? I have finished with you. You may report back to Yawain, and when you do, tell that young upstart that I demand he shows his face here from time to time. That is all. Oh, my return doesn't work. My return is still too old. Too recently used. Where's my phone beeping at me? This was an easy quest. That guy didn't show up. Old Vauclair demands I show my face? Haha. I can only assume the buxom brunette at the float isn't lavishing him with the attention he craves. Very well, I shall see what I can do. As for you, Scarlet, well done. I never doubted that you would meet with the approval of all three men, yet I am no less proud of you for having done so. You have traveled far along the Lancer's path, and soon you will no longer require my guidance. In fact, you need overcome one further trial to complete your education here. Do so, and I will give you my blessing to leave the Lancers Guild and embark upon a new adventure with a spear in hand. As ever, apply yourself to your lance work and return when you are ready for your final challenge. I look forward to our next meeting. Alright, what do I got? Whoa, that's large. You don't need to be that big. You don't need to be that small either. Whoops, I'm going too small. They're all purple. Okay, what has the better stat boost? The gloves. Oh, that's level 30. I didn't realize I was on the level 25 quest. Okay. Okay, we can queue for Ifrit then. I probably could have done that when I got my food. It's okay. Check out my new spear. I ate my my fries. They're trying to choke me. If you've been watching my stream since I started streaming, you'd know that I just I have like a chronic cough. And at work it goes away for the most part. And a lot of the time if I do cough, people think I'm just sneezing, which that's not what my sneezes sound like. Cute as a button. And so I get away with it a lot of the time, but today I was like trying to check this girl out, and in the middle of speaking, in the middle of doing my spiel, I just started fucking choking. I had to apologize to her. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm just choking on my saliva here because I don't cough in the middle of my speech. It just took me off guard. It was like I couldn't breathe. We could go to the Aetherite Plaza and find funny names. Oh, you know what we could do? Hold on, it might actually be back up here. Hold on. Where is it? Is it a blue quest? I don't think it's a blue quest. Where is it? Where's the quest I want? Is it you? No. I'm just gonna go to all of these quests and see if I can't find it that way. I think it's... okay, it might be this one. No? I'm gonna have to Google this. Ah, this one. I make no secret about my disinclination towards Gridanians, as you may know, but I saw a rare sight that I would be remiss not to share with a fellow adventurer. Just over yonder in the acorn orchard, I saw a comely maiden. A what? New to these benighted parts, I'd wager, dancing with a gaggle of younglings. 'Twas a dance I'd not seen before, and I have seen my fair share. Do they perhaps ready themselves for some fresh rite? After so much doom and gloom, I shouldn't mind a day of merrymaking. Ah, just the thought excites me. Would you see what this is all about? Sure, bro. Let me unwrap my burger. A day of merrymaking, is that all you adventurers think about? I am here to teach, my dear lady. From me, these younglings are to learn a most sacred, meaningful, and uniquely uplifting dance. Now, I realize full well that tradition may not hold much allure for the young, but I didn't think they would up and run away. This manner of disobedience is unprecedented. It's all the more surprising considering they obey the timber master without demur. What I wouldn't give to know his secrets, but I must wait here for my unruly charges. I wonder, though, might you ask the man how he tamed them? Did I touch it? No. I was going the wrong way. Another green adventurer come to play with saws? Apparently not. Speak your mind, child. So the younglings will not heed their dancing master, and I am to provide the solution? Master Udith seems able enough, but having no generosity towards herself, she has none for her charges. Give the younglings these on her behalf, and bid them return to their lesson. Are they all up in Cold Gridania? What was that guy doing? Did you see that? Scoop with both hands, then hook left, up, right, down. Or is it up, down, left, right, I wish she would let me take notes. Oh, why this is made of maple. It's unmistakable. Ha, Master Beeden would tell you the grain of it almost flows like syrup. Someday I'll be a timber master like him. He wants me to go back to Mistress Udith's class, doesn't he? He always tells us that if you can true a piece of wood, there's no excuse for not truing yourself. Alright, I'm going. Children. It's a Littibun. But I don't want to be a dancer. Why can't we just play? I mean, I guess we could dance for fun, but I don't think Mistress Udith knows how. She's so uptight. Is this one of Master Beaton's toys? Does this mean there's more if I go back to class? I'm on my way. Children are so easy to win over. I ran off because it's boring. All Miss Circia Dice says is how we're doing it wrong. Hey, that's one of Master Beaton's. If this is supposed to be a bribe, then you've got yourself a deal, adventuring lady. Oh. We're ready. Lord of the Inferno, hearken to our plea. Lord of the Inferno, deliver us from misery. O mighty Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno, your humble servants beseech you, grace us with your divine presence. This looks so fucking cool. This looks so cool. The first time I saw this on my new computer, I lost my shit. This looks so cool. It looked awful on my laptop. Almighty Ifrit, we bring before you ignorant savages who not know your godhead. If it please you, Lord, scorch their heathen souls with your cleansing flame, and mark them as your own. But bloody hells. Bring those two as well. What's going on? This ain't what we agreed. None but servants of Lord Ifrit may behold the rite of summoning. The souls of unbelievers are at forfeit. No, spare me, I beg you. Pitiful children of man, by my breath I claim you. Arise once more as my loyal minions. Feed my flames with your faith, and all who stand against us shall burn. Almighty Ifrit, my one true God. Your words are my bread. Impossible! By what sorcery do you resist my master's will? Could it be your soul already belongs to another? Yes, that is the only explanation. Forsooth, thy frail mortal flame can serve as vessel to the blessings of but one, yet I smell not the taint of another upon thee. The truth of thine allegiance waxeth clear. Thou art the godless blessed's number. The paragons warned of thine abhorrent kind. Thine existence is not to be suffered. I feel bad that cutscene is so long. Are we gonna... I'll go off the ground shot. I was gonna say, can we kill him without him else? We probably could. Might as well take care of this. Oh, come on. I did not win. We did it. A Chaos Emerald. Pray forgive my lateness. I breathed in to do his voice. I suddenly started choking on my food somehow. Don't worry, this is all normal for my eating habits. I was delayed by a congregation of Amalja zealots. I swear each seemed more evangelical than the last. Persistent lot. Phew. I see the Bloodsworn wasted no time extracting the captives. No less than I'd expect from the Flame General's hand-picked men. As for those two, it is fair to say their hardships have only just begun. They have much to answer for. I feel I owe you an apology, Scarlet. Had I known this mission would prove so dangerous, I would have never left you to face it alone. You have been given a veritable baptism of fire. But let us continue this conversation in more agreeable surrounds. Camp Drybone, shall we say. This way, sir. So that was the mighty Ifrit. I already don't remember what he sounds like. And what a disappointment he was. The readings are nowhere near what I had anticipated, even taking old Dawn interference into account. You should know better than to rely upon 5-year-old data left by the 7th Legion. Nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland. Given the troubles at court, we have only ourselves to rely upon. Ever the pessimist, my dear Livia. Promise me you'll never change. We've wasted enough time here. That meter of yours is too old to give any reading worth a damn. Not that there was aught worth a damn for it to read, but I take your point. I suppose we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective. Yet I find that I am troubled by that adventurer's unexpected show of strength. Could such a foe prove a hindrance to our plans? Perhaps, but that is a consideration for another time. You have been given a task. That is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. fail to do as my lord commands, and I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. I don't know if that's Livia's voice. It's been a while since I've heard her. That's a lie. No, I skipped that cutscene. I'm lying ×2. With allies like that, beware a woman in love. I shall need to be on my best behavior. I want to take a picture here for the thumbnail. Which has the better lighting? This way, but I like that look more. Let's see. Let's see if we can't do the lighting ourselves. I typed in H pose. That's something else. Oh god damn it. Ooh, that's bright. Maybe if I just turn up the character lighting? No. Like that. What pose do we want? I kind of wish I waited a second. Let's see, what's pose? Thumbs up? Let's go thumbs up. Yeah. Damn it, I didn't want her head that high. Yeah. I get it, and then I realized that my pupil track camera isn't on. Oh, it doesn't work on this emote. Okay, never mind then. Can't really spam click that, unfortunately. I hate G-pose! There we go. Okay, that one's object. We're making a thumbnail here. Ooh, that's bright. Never mind then. Let's blow this popsicle joint. Ah, there you are, Scarlet. Come, rest a while. You will have no better opportunity. After witnessing their god's ignominious defeat, the Amalia will be less inclined to risk our wrath, for a time at least. Now, where were we? Yes, I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be of any use to you or the abductees. They may be whole of body, but the same cannot be said of their minds, for once a man is tempered. But it ill suits me to dwell on the negatives. Amidst our misfortunes, there is still reason to rejoice. Ifrit is slain, and by your hand, no less. That is the deed of no ordinary individual, Scarlet. Not that I ever thought you were ordinary. On the contrary, I have long suspected that you have the potential to shape the fate of this realm. What can I say? My fine eye for talent remains undimmed. Minfilia will be proud beyond all of reckoning when she hears of your deeds. I trust you shan't object to my bearing the tidings to her. That way I can claim to have contributed something to this mission. You, meanwhile, have earned yourself a rest. Take some time to relax and return to the waking sands when you are good and ready. We can discuss the matters in more detail then. Just don't take too long, will you? The realm's problems won't solve themselves. I think I could do a really good Thancred voice if I could just do a British accent on command. I think I could pull it off. Cause I have his tone. I know his tone very well. It's the accent I don't have. Crazy good at British accent. That's the only thing I can do. I used to be really good. This is the thing. I used to be really into like voice acting when I was a kid. So I used to be really good at pulling voices and pulling a British accent, and I can't do it anymore. And I blame that on living in a motel with my family for 9 months. And so I didn't want to make voices because I knew I would be made fun of. Ah, the triumphant hero returns. Thancred told us of the news upon his arrival. He is presently in the Solar, giving a full report to Lady Minfilia. You should join them at once. Lady Minfilia is most eager to see you. I believe this is a voice cutscene. Nope, I lied. My late arrival nearly cost Scarlet her life. I wasn't there when the Amalia took her prisoner. And I wasn't there when they served her to Ifrit. Yes, by some miracle she survived, but that does not excuse the fact that she should never have had to face such dangers alone. I failed her utterly. Oh, so he acknowledges that he left a girl to do this. Just as I'm failing you all. What's done is done, Thancred. You can ill blame yourself for every... Scarlet, it is so good to see you again. Impeccable timing, my friend. I had just finished regaling Minfilia with your heroic exploits. Thancred has told me everything. You have done well to return to us. The perils you faced were undeniably great, yet a part of me believes that I have no cause to fear, and now we can put paid to our long investigation. What the hell did that mean? As we suspected, the Amalia undertook both the robbery and the abductions with the aim of summoning their primal, Ifrit. Nor is this tale limited to Ulda. Similar incidents have been rife in both Limsa Laminza and Gridania of late. I dare say you've been curious as to how these crimes are linked to the primals. Permit me to explain. Having manifested in the physical realm, primals must consume ether if they are to maintain their presence here, and the stronger they become, the more ether they require. Now, ether exists throughout creation. It flows through all life and permeates the very air that we breathe. Alas, this alone will not suffice to sustain the likes of Ifrit. Nay, he and his kind require a more concentrated source of ether, crystals. It is for this reason that incidents involving crystals can often be traced back to a primal. Which leaves us with the why of the abductions. To understand this, you must first understand how primals are born. When all is well with the world, primals possess no physical form. Their essence is dispersed across the great river of ether. However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who worship the primals cry out to their gods for deliverance from suffering. These cries serve as a beacon towards which a primal's essence is irresistibly drawn. It is this coming together, or etheric coalescence, which grants the being's physical form. Once born, a primal gains strength from its followers' worship. The more numerous and fervent they are, the more powerful their god becomes. But the primals are seldom satisfied with such reverence as their adherents freely give, and in order to gain more power, they do not scruple to create followers. They do this by tempering mortals, a process to which you yourself were subjected. Yet even as Ifrit took your commands in his thrall, you alone remained unaffected. This is thanks to the power you possess, the echo. We know not the why of it, but those blessed with the echo are immune to primal influence. It is as though a great power protects us. When first you came to us, I told you that the echo would be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. I trust you now begin to see why. The recent incidents all share a common trait: meticulous planning. Such elaborate designs are a new development, and one which fills me with an unshakable sense of foreboding. While I share your concern, my presiding feeling is one of relief at your safe return. The immortal flames assured me that they will deal with the aftermath, so you need not concern yourself with that. We may rest easy for a time. I suggest you take full advantage of the respite, Scarlet. You may be sure it won't last long. Once the people learn the identity of the hero who felled Ifrit, I fear you will have nary a moment to yourself. Why are you looking at me? Whether she intended to or no, Minfilia neglected to tell you something I think it would be best you heard from one of us. It concerns the tempered abductees that were rescued. I am sorry to report that all are to be put to death, the flames with whom you were imprisoned included. Needless to say, this information must not be made known to the public. I swear to you that we would not do this if there were any other recourse. But once a man is tempered, he is tempered for life. His very existence lends strength to the primal whom he cannot choose but worship. And so the Scions continue our fight, that no more innocents need be sacrificed. I hope you will continue to stand with us, Scarlet. But I should be going. I must offer my apologies to the Flame General for the losses his people suffered. Till next time. Gods forgive me. How many more lives? Louisoix would never have allowed this to happen. I have to do better. I have to be stronger. Bro, you didn't even, walk that far away from me before you said that. I know the implication is that he, whispered it, but, I'm still right here. Is this voice? No. Until not so very long ago, you were but one of the many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. Thereafter, you traveled to the realm, aiding those in need without thought of reward, confirming to Ida and Papalimo that the Scions would benefit from your aid. And no sooner had you joined us than you personally bested the primal Ifrit. I feel like I'm losing my grip on my Minfilia voice. You have achieved a great deal in a short time and won fame in doing so. There we go. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you will soon discover. We have guests, Scarlet. Or rather, you have guests. Beg pardons. Ah, Lady Minfilia, radiant as always. I am given to understand that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero into their midst. I am here on behalf of the Maelstrom, Grand Company of Limsa Laminza, to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. As you can see, Scarlet, your recent exploits have garnered you the attentions of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Each organization would have Ifrit Spain for its own. To this end, all three have sent officers to court you. They would not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit. That they have is evidence of their high regard for you. I find myself wondering how word of Scarlet's deed spread so quickly. That the immortal flame should know of her triumph is to be expected, but what of the other grand companies? Eep! Your reputation precedes you, Mistress Evans. 'Tis no ordinary woman who can face a primal and emerge the victor. And imagine our pride when we learned that you began your journey as an adventurer in your own Gridania. Know that the people hold you in high esteem and that you will always be welcome among us. Among us? The Order of the Twin Adder has need of a valiant women such as you. Join your strengths to ours, friend, and together let us ensure that peace ever reigns over the Twelveswood. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you, Mistress Evans. My comrades speak of you in the most glowing terms. Do you see his little arms, like, clipping through his cloak? A woman of your talent belongs with the immortal flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous future for Ulda. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. It is only natural that we would want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength to ours, and together let us see the grand vessel of Limsa Laminza to the shores of glory. Lady Menphilia. Very well. Though I am quite sure you need no reminding, mayhap a brief summary of the situation would help to clarify your thoughts on this matter. As you know, the Grand Companies are all-encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the martial, economic, and technological resources of their respective city-states in times of strife. There are presently 3 such organizations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Limsa Laminza, the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania, and the Immortal Flames of Ulda. Serving a Grand Company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You will be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you will be furnished with various rewards, some of which may prove useful to you in your other endeavors. If you are agonizing over which of the Grand Companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to do so, and yet I can see that it is no small choice you face. A thought occurs to me. You will, of course, recall that the 3 city-states are planning to hold remembrance of her services. Well, as part of the proceedings, I am given to understand the leader of each Grand Company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? A fine suggestion. You are wise as you are beautiful, my lady. This guy's got an obsession with her. Very well. Let Scarlet hear our leader speak, then return with her decision. We eagerly await your answer. I know full well that adventurers are by their nature a liberty-loving breed and not best suited to the discipline of the military service, but I strongly urge you to join a Grand Company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. You are possessed of great power, Scarlet, and with it you are capable of doing untold good. Yet know that great power is wont to attract attention, not all of it friendly. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs be on the lookout for them. Yet, however vigilant you are but one woman. In the midst of a Grand Company, however, you will be one woman amongst many. Amongst. A friend amongst friends. I don't want to join any of your companies. I want to join Ishgard. Me, but with, the Crystarium. Your achievements will be shared, and so will danger. I can think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining one organization need not mean leaving another. I hope that we can continue to rely upon your aid. The 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. The Grand Companies seek to protect their own nations. We, Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect that you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I would have you carry the slink pearl with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of location. Eorzea is changing, Scarlet, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what the morrow will
Butter
bring.
dog.
Oh,
The dog with the butter.
Butter dog.
I got the butter on him. The dog with the butter.
Thank you for the follow.
Butter on him. Butter dog.
Hello, hello. Yeah, welcome to the fishdom. If you see my model get angry, it's because I have bad lighting and no eyebrows. None can say what the morrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. Now it is time you made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Tataru. She will apprise you as to where and when the remembrance services are due to take place. I still feel like my Minfelia voice slipped. I don't know... I need to listen to her again. It's been a minute since I listened to her. And again, all of this would be better if I could do a British accent, but I can't. Yes, I wanted to play as Rogadin so bad. I'm glad to see my chat's actually working. It wasn't working earlier. I like that my chat is working now. Your avatar doesn't have a face. Do you wear a mask? Oh, I don't remember my Tataru voice. I know she's like higher pitched. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting, Scarlet. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly, and often to a few too many people. Ahem. Next time I'll be sure to hold my tongue, literally if necessary. Anyway, I expect you want to know where and when the remembrance services are taking place. If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of 3 services, and Elder Seed Seer Kane Senna will deliver her address at Miketo's Amphitheater. Yeah, I'm tall. My last 3 characters I've made have been, like, really tall. And I feel weird because my first 2 were really short. Lalas are cute. I have a Lala. Ah, I see. I have a Lala. I haven't played him much, but he was like my first alt. And then my main is an Aura girl, and so she's also really short. And then everyone else after those 2 have been very tall. I have an Aura guy, an Elizin, my Rogadin girl, and then I have a bunny boy. Most of them are in A Realm Reborn because I take too long. I should probably mention at this point that due to the organizational challenges involved in assembling all the involved parties, it's possible that the order of the services might change. Still, there's not much we can do about that, so make Gridania your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to Ulda, where Flame General Roban Alden will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored there's to be a special guest. How exciting! Last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom in Limsa Laminza, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Merlvid Blifswin will be giving her address. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentry Xanthale and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go then. I hope you find the remembrance services suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order, though with your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell. Annoyed Potato. I love that. That's a great name. Some of my characters I go based off of like canon naming conventions. And others I just name them based off of OCs. Like even Scarlet's based off of an OC. Not looking up there. There's so many people over here! I'll walk over there. I'm that guy standing up there. I like completely forgot I had to do this until I got over here. Thickeronian cheese, I love that. I want to make a joke alt one day. I don't know what I'd do, but... Well, I don't know what sorcery you worked, but the younglings are back, and I do believe we've reached an accommodation. 'Twould seem I was stricter than I imagined, and loosening up a bit has made a great difference. The dance is for the Feast of the Harvest, to give thanks to Nofika and the elementals. There must be no aggression in this dance, lest the matron be angered. It's very, very important. I do realize I haven't made the best first impression, having you fetch my students for me. To make it up to you, will you let me show you the dance? Think of it as kind of a peace offering. I need to go through on most of my alts and get these dances. Like, I completely forget about them, and then I go into a dungeon, and then we're waiting on someone in a cutscene, and I'm like, oh, I can't do anything. Nothing loops. You got good names. These are good names. Do the dance. Do the dance. Yeah! Love the grass crunching. Why, you are a born dancer, dear lady. And so say we... Oh, he's singing. Comes a sailor from the sea to show the laddies how it's done, and so say we, and so say we. Swings his axe and says, remember, shiver, shiver, me timbers, and so say we. She's like in shock. Oh gods, no! Master Beaton, what have you done? You've brought a weapon to the sacred dance. The matron forgive us, we are surely doomed. Now why'd he do that? Master Beaton, you scared her off. We were having fun. Timber Master Beaton, wasn't that a sailor song? How do you know it? Never mind how I know. More to the point, what could have troubled Mistress Ydaitho? You did! She said you're supposed to be peaceful or the elementals will be upset, and you know how uptight she gets. The course of relationships never does run smooth, child. You will all discover this in time. Okay, fair. I remember I had a funny name a long time ago, and I think I wrote it down in like a Discord chat, but I have no clue what it is anymore. Okay. The amphitheater. Ooh, there's a shard right over here. We can just take that to the amphitheater. Oh, what was the Twitch name? Panic at the Disco. I've seen that on TikTok a few times too. That's really funny. I think I saw it on Vine back in the day too.
I lost my son to the calamity.
That was Alpha
The
No's
3
voice
seed
actor.
seers are all
I know
together.
that because that sounded like
Some
Todd
say you
Habercorn,
couldn't take a
and
step
he's
without
not Todd
stumbling over a
Habercorn,
body.
but he sounds like it. Finally, a voiced cutscene.
Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood.
Of course, Neander saw it.
Fearful of the green wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest.
I
Through
always
great
do this
effort,
cutscene at
they
night.
proved their
I've never
worth to
done
the
this cutscene
elementals,
during the day, I swear.
and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of
What's
the
with these
matron,
sassy lost
Gridania
children?
flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer.
I am so tall
The
compared to
entwined
them.
serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An
I've
elegant
definitely
symbol.
seen
Do
some
you not
Gridania
agree?
cutscenes during the day. It's just always nighttime in the game, and that's why it's always nighttime in cutscenes.
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us.
'Cause I think I saw, the one that you wear the mask. I can't remember what it was called, but you have to wear the mask in the amphitheater. I saw that during the day when I first played, I think.
Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have
That was a
still
couple years
less
ago,
for
though, so
those
I
who
don't
would
remember.
threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war
There
of
was not
conquest
a
to
thought
Eorzea,
behind his eye.
we rallied under
His
the noble
eyes,
standard
they
of the
are
Twin
blank.
Adder, that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago,
No thoughts, only
the
horn.
Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence.
Yeah.
Our lives have been irrevocably
I
changed.
want to try Sage.
Each waking hour, a struggle to survive.
I'm notoriously anti-healer, but I want to try Sage.
Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable
Because
deeds.
I cannot be held responsible for other people.
To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and
cutscenes are
prey upon the
long.
vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Yeah, I think Sage is a good bridge from DPS, because I usually play DPS as well. And, my experience with Sage, I was like, This is pretty easy, actually. I kind of
Time
like it.
was a man could walk
pox
the
on that
high
bloody
roads without
Ixal.
fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor
Oh
the
my
memory of those you
God,
cannot
that's
remember,
what she sounds
pray
like?
tell?
That's what she sounds like in A Realm Reborn? I haven't heard her speak in so long.
The destruction
That
wrought
scared
by the
me.
calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike.
I want to try Dark Knight.
Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood.
I keep telling Jenna that I'm going to play Dark Knight, and she's like, "Please let me play something that's not tank. Please pick up Dark Knight." But I'm also like, I need to finish leveling up Ninja first.
Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought,
I'm
but through concerted action.
currently in the Stormblood quests for Ninja.
I bid you, join hands with me
I
once
just have to
more
be in the mood to
beneath the
grind.
Twin Adder standard.
I hate grinding.
And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity, we must think of the children.
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the
All
forest.
the elementals!
The girl with the pigtails, that is such a cute hairstyle. Can I do an Alphino voice? I'm so tall.
If you'll permit me. Alfie, no.
Alfie, no.
And my sister, Alize, at your
Alize.
service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow
Even
traveler.
Gridania has boomer Karens. Gridania is the boomer Karens.
You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
Let's see. Can I do an Alphino that isn't basically just Thancred over again? The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably the more troublesome, being of a naturally warlike disposition, and wont to summon their bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Ramu. Alphino's old voice, like, I didn't like it because it sounded like Todd Habercorn, and I was like, that is not the voice that would come out of this child. But it took me so long to get used to his later voice. Like, the difference was so quick, I was like, oh, I was not prepared for him to sound like that. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. Though they clash with the Ixal ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The Twelves Wood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Yet how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Alfie bro. That's a good one. It's like, he's really cocky. His voice here is very, like, sure of himself, which, like, it fits, but... Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to all-out war, and when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them then? Well, perhaps we will find out if the Elder Seedseer's words fell on fertile ground. He is, like, saying words at me. Like, I did not have a single word in this conversation. He just spoke at me. Ellie sis. Oh, the lighting made it look like I did not have pants on. I need to get out of this skirt. 514 gil. I have money, I just don't want to spend 514 gil to go to Ul'dah. Do I have cutscenes turned off? I hope I do. Pants are overrated. Mad because small. That's a good video. Okay, we want to go... Where? I'm lost. Over here. And we're going to the Royal Promenade, so we're going to Husting Strip. I hope. I hope that's right. I think it's Husting Strip. Yeah. Alright, thanks for stopping by. Have a great night.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanamo herself!
And Roban as
What
well.
was that voice? It's the Sultana Nanamo herself.
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore.
Raban's voice
Hurrah!
change is like so subtle, but like
Raban!
the more you listen to him
Where
speak,
since
it's like this is
antiquity,
not Raban.
under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold, where by the grace and glory of Nalthal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There,
need to rate my
at the Flame
DoorDash.
General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance
it
the
doesn't want
jewel
me
of
to.
prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it
Ah,
happened.
what was that? Come
How
on.
soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden, and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames.
I like how Raban's
It is
is
but
him
a slow
insulting
death.
people, as being like, no, you guys
Our
suck,
enemies
actually.
surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile,
And he's right.
the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on
Anonymous
a
is just
precipice,
here.
yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Ul'dah stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth.
He really hates
In the
Ul'dah
name of the
citizens,
Sultana,
and he
I
is
beseech
valid
you.
for that.
Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Ul'dah, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Ul'dah. As Ul'dah prospers, so shall her people.
Yeah, for Ul'dah!
What?
Together
is
we
that
are one.
voice?
Your grace.
Rauban,
Rauban. I love the way that she sits like that. I love it.
people of Ul'dah, I, Nanimo, 17th in the
Nanimo.
line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Ul'dah. Yet those who measured that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people.
She sounds kind of
Beloved
childish. Like
subjects,
this,
I
her
bid you
Brahma-born
raise
voice is kind
aloft
of
the torch
childish.
of Ul'dah, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are, by fire, reborn!
That one felt like it wasn't as long as Gridania's.
Forsooth!
The time is now!
Fancy meeting you again.
The Uldans have a long history of conflict with the Amalja, the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them. Oh, Alphino. The Uldans do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So have they dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he is stoked to life. Yet he is but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Ul'dah has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Amalja are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Uldans send their forces to smite the primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is brought with blood. It is a war of attrition which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder, then, that the immortal flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventurer of your experience would be a most welcome addition to their ranks. Oh, she ain't having it. And then Linda Laminda. I can deal with 456. If it's over 500, I can't deal with it. But 400, I think I can do. Sweet biscuits. Oh, here come all the limbs of people. They're loaded in. Candy Mandy. There's never a reason to come over here, so I got really confused. Is that a welcome party for someone new? Here to attend the remembrance service. Be quick, the Admiral is due to give her address at any moment. I don't remember what he sounds like.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
That was a Shrek.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Oh, it's my girlfriend.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom Standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage. Yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have.
They're
Small
so
wonder.
small. How are they
Beneath the
even
surface,
seeing
one would
this?
struggle to tell them apart.
Oh, burn.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again?
She's not even moving.
Yet
This was
there
like
are those who
not
would see
very,
this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless
encouraging
Rotano.
shot, I guess.
The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin
bastards.
have risen?
While the mines of Ogomero spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our
Savage?
creaking hull. And behind them
Like, I
swells
know
the
Limsa
grim
is, like, the
tide of the
worst.
Garlean Empire.
Like, second in line with Gridania for the worst with this
Even
shit,
now,
but come on,
the Curs
Savage.
fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes.
Counter
How
for
can
every
we
time I
hope
say
to
Among
repel
Us.
our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the Calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all!
Long live the Admiral!
Admiral Melvin!
Gather the lads!
Gather the lads?
Where's me cutlass?
Where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the seven hells, Admiral!
I like that they just know that they're going to hell.
Fancy meeting you again.
Fancy meeting you again. As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Limsa is plagued by two beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Lemenzans' backyard. And that is to say naught of internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between the various factions, and while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If the Lemenzans are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect that they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. I lost my Alpino voice. That voice vanished from me. Scarlet, this is Minfilia. You are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembrance service has now concluded? A moment ago, you say. What a coincidence. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies. Well, delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. Yeah. I started playing before we got the Vesper Bade Aetherite tickets, and I hated it so much. Welcome back, Scarlet. Were the Grand Company leaders' words as illuminating as you had hoped? Aye, each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you, Scarlet. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer. Another fucking cutscene! Oh, it's this one. I'm gonna take a fucking sip
The
too.
gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies, as though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral Era warranted scarcely a mention.
Whoops. I keep forgetting I can't just hit spacebar.
Well, of course they were standard waving
It's
rallies.
been several years since I started playing, and I still try to hit the spacebar.
Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity?
I've watched this a little too many times.
No, dear Alize, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain.
I think I was like...
the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the Scions of the
last
Seventh
time I
Dawn,
watched this,
with a little help from our friends,
I think I
the
was just
Grand
like
Companies.
fucking making fun of him the whole time, so I was just saying the whole script. And Jenna was like, are you
Remembrance
okay?
will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I mean to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady! We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Alright, we're going Maelstrom. How was the Admiral's speech? Ah, but you need not explain. That you stand before me now is answer enough. You have resolved to join the Maelstrom, have you not? That's the spirit, lass. With allies like you, how much stronger is our crew? Let us brave the seas together, friend. Now the choice is made. It is time for you to add your name to our rolls. Make your way to Limbs de Laminza and seek out our Grand Company's headquarters. Maelstrom Command is located on the upper decks. I will send word to our personnel officer to expect you. The duties of a Maelstrom soldier can be both arduous and challenging, but I promise you, you will not regret this choice. May your passage be swift and your bearings sure. We're gonna just go take the ferry. I'm being a cheapskate, even though I can afford to teleport. Ass castle. Beetle Ooze. That guy's name was Beetle Ooze. Hail, adventurer. What business have you at Maelstrom Command? My name is Scarlett Evans. I believe you are expecting me? Scarlett Evans, I, our recruitment officer, sent word of your coming. It shall be my honor to induct you into the ranks of the Maelstrom. Now, before I can accept your oath, you must be made aware of several. Sir! What is it, private? And this had better be important. Sir, we received a report from a lookout in Lower Lenosha, sir. Imperial forces have fired upon a high-wind Skyways airship. The vessel is in a bad way, sir, and appears to be banking for an emergency landing in Cedarwood. Cedarwood? Damn it, we have no troops available in that area. The bulk of our infantry is bogged down on the coast, skirmishing with the fishbacks. Evans, this is highly irregular, but I fear your first duty in service to the Maelstrom must needs be unofficial. If our man in Lower Lenosha is correct, the airship will come down in territory crawling with Imperial scouts. If there are any survivors, we must reach them before the Garleans do. Make haste to Cedarwood, locate the airship, and if any of its occupants are alive, make sure they come to no further harm. We'll see about swearing you in upon your return. I'm gonna go until we can get mounts, and then I think I'll stop for the night. And pray that I don't fucking take another month to get back to it. I keep doing this, and it's not on purpose, I swear. Lower Lenosha. Nope. There we go. I am going to make the choice to not go get the Aetherite right now. Would it have been faster to go to Middle Lenosha and then come through? Yeah, I should have done that. Whatever. This is so long, I should have done the other way. I totally forgot that was a thing I could do. Wow, that's an airship. Wow, that's a duty marker. I have barely drank my soda from Jack in the Box and it's already watered down. I should have asked for no ice. An adventurer, what are you doing out here? No, wait, let's find some cover first. I can't do his voice. That's impossible for me. fool of a Lalafell. You've abandoned your Magitech. Maelstrom Command sent you. How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. Be at ease, sir. We are of the Maelstrom. You're a Garland Ironworks engineer, yes? One of our lookouts reported the attack on your craft. We're here to rescue you. You must be Evans. Good work on reaching our friend here before the Imperials. I've never seen a craft of this design. It must be Garland's work. Is there no end to that man's treachery? The secrets of Magitech belong in Imperial hands. They are not to be squandered on Eorzean savages. We are taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must, and bring the engineers. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. Scouting party from Castrum or Oxidans. I'd say, oh, I forgot to, I'm sorry. I don't know what he said. Wedge, you have to help him. That fool of a Lalafell was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. The tiny Bronco? Isn't that the new design people have been whispering about? It's the first airship we've built since the Calamity. The first since Master Garland, well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight, and she was soaring. She really was, till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. Alright, pay attention. We're going to hit these Imperials hard and fast. If they want a souvenir from Eorzea, they can have a knife in the gut, but they're not getting that ship. Oh, and don't forget to save that Lalafell. What say you, Evans? Ready to give those curs a hiding? Like a tidal wave, lads. Charge. An ambush to arms. No, come back. Bitch. You wasted my buff. Annoying. Biggs. Wed, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. That was a close one. Too damn close, so how's she look, anyway? The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss, but I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications, and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. We'll stand watch until the ship is ready to take off. The Imperials will come looking for their scouts eventually, but I doubt they'll get here for a good while yet. Evans, you're free to return to the Maelstrom Command and complete your induction. Ordinarily, I'd ask you to stay, but I think we'd all feel better knowing an adventurer of your ability was safely sworn in and ready for the next mission. Rest assured, I'll inform Command of the part you played today. I, just wanted to say sorry, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Haha. Seriously, though, if it hadn't been for you and the Maelstrom lads there, we'd be chained up in a dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. Wedge. Thank you, we're very grateful. Okay, back to Linda Laminda. Low-life Zoe. Welcome back, Evans. Just heard the report. You needn't be concerned about the engineers. They completed their return trip without further Imperial interference. I must admit I had my doubts at first, but it seems the stories about you are true. I look forward to seeing what you're capable of after you're properly inducted into the Maelstrom, of course. Now, speaking of your induction. Let us start afresh, shall we? You are welcome here, Scarlet Evans. That such a well-respected adventurer would choose to join our ranks is most heartening. Before you swear your allegiance to us, however, it is only right that I tell you exactly what it is you will be joining. A grand company is more than simply a collection of soldiers. It is an all-encompassing organization which draws upon the resources of an entire city-state to form a united military force capable of standing against the nation's deadliest enemies. We of the Maelstrom are charged with meeting the threats posed by the Primals and the Garlean Empire and solving the many problems caused by the Calamity. Every man and woman who serves under our colors has a role to play in keeping the great warship that is Limsa Laminza afloat, and on whatever heading Chief Admiral Merlvid Blitheswind sees fit to set. As part of this grand vessel's crew, you will be expected to take your turn at the oars, for the winds do not look favorable, lass, and strength of arm may be all that sees us safe to port. If I've lost you with talk of ship and oar, let me put it another way. A Maelstrom soldier labors till her last breath, fights till her last drop of blood. We give our all in service to this nation, and no less is expected of you. Evans, it is customary for new recruits to swear an oath of their own choosing upon entering the Maelstrom's ranks. Is there aught you'd like to say? I'll follow the Admiral to the very bottom of the abyss. As would we all. A capable crew is one thing, but unswerving loyalty is a trait that cannot be trained or bought. Well said, lass. Scarlet Evans, I hereby assign you the rank of Storm Private 3rd Class. You are now officially a soldier of the Maelstrom. Welcome aboard, Private. May you serve Limsa Laminza well, till sea swallows all. Can you hear me, Scarlet? This is Minfilia. An officer of the Maelstrom contacted me with news of your enlistment. My congratulations, Private Evans. I have no doubt that you are eager to make acquaintance of your new comrades, but I would ask that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though, now you are a woman of the storm, you are no less a scion. Pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here whom I would very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. No rest for the wicked, eh? Before you make yourself scarce, I recommend having a word with Commander Riki. Might be worth your while. You may now accept the quest, My Little Chocobo Maelstrom, by speaking with Rashat Riki. The quest must be completed in order to proceed to the end of the main scenario for A Realm Reborn. I'll come back and do that in a second because I need the seals to do it. Chunky Bunny. We're just gonna go ahead and use the good old Vesper Bay cheat because we're close enough. Welcome back, Scarlet. Lady Minfilia awaits you within. Welcome back. It seems you wasted no time putting your skills to work. How do I know? Why, the recruitment officer called to regale me with the tale of your heroics. The pride in his voice was palpable. We Scions are truly fortunate to have you with us, Scarlet. Now, when we last spoke, I said I wanted you to meet some friends, did I not? Well, I neglected to mention that you have already met. Tataru, please show them in. This way, sirs. Thanks again for getting us out of that mess. We owe you our lives. But I don't think we've properly introduced ourselves. I'm Biggs. And I'm... Gods, man, spit it out, will you? Wedge at your service. I am pleased to say that Biggs and Wedge will be staying with us for a while. Magitech-driven contraptions such as airships grow ever more vital to the city-states of Eorzea. As a neutral party, it was judged that we Scions should serve as the keepers of this technology. Of course, for this we needed the knowledge of experts, and so we requested the assistance of Garland Ironworks, who very kindly sent us 2 of their finest engineers. Our happy family continues to grow. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands. Like every soul here, I love Eorzea, and I count myself blessed to have been given this chance to stand with you all and fight for the future of the realm. Never have I known such fulfillment, such happiness.
Now, having set aside the formalities...
Oh, I need to go a little higher for a minute.
We have a favor to ask of you. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Papalimo, Ida, a synopsis if you would.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the Sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like Gisselcreens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Him! Though technically a beast tribe, sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained. Until such time as we know, it would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda, who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
In short, it is essential that we approach the sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible. Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo. Winning the sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us?
No.
I am grateful.
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods. Ida and Papalimo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfilia?
Indeed. You are willing?
Yeah, Ida
Leave
and
it
Papalimo.
to me.
Us, Ida! Us!
Yeah. Okay, that can fucking wait. I need to go get my chocobo. I don't know what I'm gonna name the chocobo. Maybe I'll name it Bonnie. If you get the reference, you get the reference. Hashed Brown. Is that what their name was? Well, if it isn't Private Evans, I must say the tales of your deeds have been an inspiration to the troops. Our duties take us far and wide, and I'll wager you've slogged across quite a few malms of countryside on naught but your own 2 feet. Such a sterling soldier of the Maelstrom deserves her own steed. Let us see about having one issued for you. All you need to do is obtain a storm chocobo issuance by exchanging company seals with the quartermaster. Once you have the steed presented to Frigheim, and she will see you saddled up on your own, one of our own trusty birds. Storm chocobo issuance. And go. The closest one is the Aetherite Plaza. That Vegeta. When a bird issued, you say? Then I'll need to see your storm chocobo issuance. Yes, everything appears to be in order. A moment, please. I'll be right back with your chocobo. And here he is. The fellow has been in high spirits the past few bells. He must have sensed that his master was coming. Now then, to make it official, you want to give your noble steed a name. What he said. Queh. Bonnie. Queh. Heh, I dare say he likes his name. Here is your very own chocobo whistle. Simply blow into it and your feathered friend will come bounding to your side. But do forgive him if he doesn't respond when summoned in crowded city areas or monster-infested lairs. Chocobos are stout-hearted creatures, but they have their limits. And lastly, I present you with your chocobo rider's license, as is required by law. And that concludes all the formalities. I wish you and your chocobo long years of fulfilling companionship. Woo! Let's see, where's a good place to hang out while I do my outro? Not the Aetherite Plaza. Right over here. Okay, she's gonna sit on the floor. Can I help you? Hello? Goodbye. Anyways. I'm in the box. Hold on. Sit normally. Thank you. We're gonna end it here. I'm getting a little sleepy. I don't think I'll sleep, but I am getting sleepy. I will say that much. I don't have many plans to stream. If I do stream, it'll be late after work kind of streams where it'll most likely be art. I don't know anyone streaming, so I'm not gonna raid. But it'll be mostly art, and I'll try and continue Final Fantasy next week. I swear. I swear. I have Monday through Wednesday off again. I will try and do Final Fantasy. And if not, I get off early on Thursdays as usual. But Final Fantasy will happen. I don't want to keep taking month-long hiatuses. It's annoying me. I don't know if Jenna or Nice have any plans to stream. Maybe art streams, maybe Jenna Final Fantasy streams. I don't know. Jenna's in bed, so I can't ask her. I don't know if Nice is here, but follow our Twitters. My Twitter's linked, and then follow the Spick of Twitter, and you can find out everyone else's Twitter through that as well. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you all for coming. Have a great night, and I will see y'all later. Bye-bye. Maybe if I can find my cursor. Bye-bye.